Okay, yep. I guess I'm making a video. So anyway, I was sent a link by one of my favorite people on earth. Anyway, to this guy called Phil Plait. I'm sent other links too. Thank you for all those physics and such and whatnot. But you know, I really don't like reading. Anyway, but I'll get to that crap eventually. Maybe, possibly, inevitably. Anyway, music video is good though. Anyway, Phil Plait guy. I guess he's head of some atheist organization. Anyway, I post a link to this half hour of drivel, you know, about, oh, atheists are just too abrasive. Well, yeah, duh. They're atheists. I mean, you know, I made some kind of joke once in a video like that. But yeah, they're atheists, you fucking dumbass. Of course they're abrasive. But anyway, there's this whole argument about how do we seduce the morons from the dark side, you know, to the light of the dismal, horrible, awful truth. Yeah, and do we have to seduce the little fuckers, or do we have to whap them in the head, and blah 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 blah. And I guess this debate will go on forever. No one has any real evidence. I mean, look, Darwin's been around a long time, and apparently all the little polite atheists couldn't get the job done for a couple hundred years now. You know, so maybe it's time to be a little aggressive and in your face. I'm not saying we fly planes into buildings or anything, but yeah, it's time to let people know that this is serious. This isn't just some little disagreement. This is a disagreement over the most profound, fundamental values you can have. And there was a part at the end of the video that was so obnoxious because one of these little capitalist atheists, you know, these atheists who think we all should suck on the dick of little weasels who did nothing but inherit money. Yeah, like that's a rational skepticism. Like I shouldn't be skeptical of some little fucktard, you know, who inherits his ownership. Fuck him. I should kick him down the fucking street. Anyway, that's a whole separate subject, but all this big tent kind of crap. Oh, there's room for all kinds of skeptics in our community. The UFOers and the, you know, glow-in-the-darkers and the whatevers and the, you know, zeitgeisters and the singularityers. All this other bullshit. Yeah, well, whatever. You know, you be in a club with who you think it's rational to be in a club with, and I'll make my choices too. I mean, I just don't see much improvement going from Christianity to Scientology. Now, let's get real. There's all these atheists who complain about Scientology. Well, guess what? Scientology is pretty much your Gaia theory bullshit, your beauty in the universe, your natural, what do you call it? They have some word for it. What do they call it? Thunderfoot call it natural something or other. Natural philosophy, yeah. Yeah, it was quite natural to, you know, pray to volcanoes. Or, you know, because it's, you know, Scientology has a little bit of wacky stuff tied to it, and the rest of it's all this mind over matter bullshit. You know, just think you're wonderful and you're wonderful. So yeah, and there's lots of atheists playing those kind of games. So anyway, yeah, so this line between religion and non-religion, faith, belief without reason, I mean, it's got to be more explicit definitions. And I just don't, you know, the fundamental argument is that, you know, people aren't, if you don't challenge their beliefs too harshly, then you can seduce them out of their nonsense. And, you know, I would make the counter argument. My brain started thinking when people push. You know, somebody pushes me, you know, and they're aggressive. Well, I'm going to start thinking about what it is the fuck they want. I might think about what the hell's provoking them to push. Why are they so animated? Why is this so passionate? Why does this mean something to them? I'm not going to sit there and say, even if it offends me, you know, if somebody hits me in the face with their penis, I'm going to pay attention. You know, but if they just play some game, you know, dancing in a ballet suit over in the corner, I'm just going to say, well, whatever, asshole. I have my God. I don't need you. You know, so I think you do have to get in their face. Yeah, and I think look, there's no point just saying you're an asshole, but that's, you know, that's the typical way people make arguments. They take some preposterous extreme, like there's some atheist walking around just going, you're an asshole, with no explanation, no willingness to explain why, no willingness to provide evidence. I mean, that's just bullshit. There is no such entity anywhere. There's no one doing that. So that's crap. So anyway, the guy takes a more than a half hour to say something so fucking simple. Oh, we ought to big tent and be kinder and gentler to the dumb Christians and such as. Whatever. Like I say, show your evidence. You didn't have any evidence any more than anybody else that it works. Oh, anecdotal evidence. A young girl, I charmed her, where she actually had a conversation. I don't think she converted, but I conversed with her. So therefore, conversing works. Whatever. I mean, it's getting past this notions that people have and their own arrogance. And, that can only be defeated by, getting wheels turning in their heads. You sitting there trying to figure out how to play their psychology has them, you're doing the thinking. You're doing all the figuring. Hell with that. You want their brains to think. You don't want to be wasting your time trying to figure out, well, how do I sit there and touchy-feely this asshole? No, whap them in the head, and they'll remember you. And they'll be forced to think about you. They'll be thinking about your argument. Like I said, if you don't back it up with an argument, there's no point in calling somebody a fucking asshole without something behind it. At least a few hundred videos or whatever. But this sort of goes back to Darwin's hamster in a way, because, we had a pretty big fight. And I was apparently rude beyond acceptability. And, but so that's the price you pay. Their people aren't going to be converted. I mean, you be nice to them, you be rough to them. They're not going to move from their position. At least they're not ready to at the time you're encountering them. And so I guess I would still argue that the better approach is one that's going to be stuck in their head, one they won't be able to undo easily. I mean, the logic is going to be hard for them to undo easily. And I guess the point is to get the logic to stay in their head, to get the fact that there is a counter-argument out there and that this isn't some sort of free ride. You don't get to be a Christian and say, oh, I made an honest mistake. No, we get to write on your tombstone, this motherfucking son of a bitch caused a billion people to die because he couldn't get with the fucking program, because he had to pretend that God was going to save the world, and he, cast the critical vote in allowing moronic policy to destroy human lives. This fucking asshole, merely because to placate, to give a sacrifice to his fucking God, caused untold suffering by, delaying rational right to die policy 50 years because of his damn placation of a stupid religion and his willingness to give away other people's fucking rights and and to sacrifice other people's welfare, as a totem to his fucking, fantasy God belief that he knew inside, he knew in his brain was just that, a big pile of mush, a fable that he wishes to be true, but he has no confidence is true. I mean, this is real shit. This isn't, you can't just believe this crap benignly. If you've got a phantasmagorical bullshit belief, then you're essentially a cancer on human intelligence, on human culture. And Christianity is a big giant cancer. Islam is a big giant cancer. It's eating human intelligence. It's killing it. And it's got to be called what it is. And so that's what you've written on your fucking tombstone. Nothing but a useless piece of fucking cancer tissue. A blight on human civilization. Everybody take a shit on this fucker's grave. Because that's what you are. You're the worst kind of fuck ass. You know you're fucking, you know you have nothing. You have not one bit of fucking logic behind your nonsense. You pervert and distort all over the place, and you know that's what you do. And you lie, it's what you fucking do. And you goddamn know it. You goddamn know the evidence you're using is bullshit. It's been faked or forged. It's phony. It's been proven meaningless, and you'll still use it. Why? Because you're a liar. Because you don't care about the fucking truth. Yes, you should be stomped on. You should be pissed on. You should be shit on. You fuckers. And people should let you know that's exactly my sentiments. And the future's going to have I'm going to win in the end, you fuckers. The truth is going to win. If we don't nuke ourselves, the truth will eventually win in the end. And I'm going to tell the future right now. Yeah, write down these fuckers' names. Find out where they are buried. Unbury them and piss on the fuckers. I mean, I know it's only symbolic, but, you know, we'll curse your name. We'll put your name on a big statue of bullshit and say these are the fuckers that delayed progress and caused untold suffering because they were nothing but arrogant weasels, little lying, conniving, scheming weasels in the defense of a fucking Red Riding Hood fable. God, you people suck. You know, you motherfucking pieces of crap. I mean, how the fuck can you think about what religion represents as a blight on the human race and not get pissed off enough to say, fuck being courteous? Even if it did work, fuck it. These people deserve to be run through. I'm already giving them a huge courtesy by willing to talk to them and not just whapping them in the head with a fucking 2x4. So fuck them. I mean, if we lived in a real world, you know, not all these little faggoty rules, yeah, we just say, fuck you. Alright? Time for a duel. It's me or you, asshole. Your stupid fable. You want to die for your fucking god? Well, I'll die for my truth, you bastards. So if you don't have the guts to stand on the field of honor and face another person for control of this fucking world, then you got no business spouting your bullshit. Yeah, anyway. I mean, really, this really is either, you know, it's a black and white thing. There's no way around it. I mean, if God doesn't exist and these people are believing in it, then they're essentially insane. I mean, they have a catastrophic brain brokenness that just makes them insane. Their values are all fucked up. They can't function in the world properly. And the same goes for me. I mean, if there is a God, I'm way out of bounds. But you'd think God could take care of that. You know, that's the catch. You'd think God could take care of it. By my philosophy, yeah, the only people that can take care of the messes are us. So we have to smack you with the 2x4. There's no God to squish us. Squish you fuckers. The God of atheism, you know, can't rain thunder and toads down on your fucking little weasel heads. But where's your fucking lame ass God? Why isn't he smiting me? You know? Oh, you're going to cause me some pain and suffering? Well, ain't going to stop me. You ought to know that. What's he going to do? Torture me in hell? Ooh, gee, that sure stopped me, didn't it? Oh no, I guess it didn't. So he's giving me 50 years to spout my shit. How come he's giving me those 50 years? What's wrong with him? What fucking psychotic disease does he have that he'd let me talk against him for 50 fucking years? Come on, get with the program, you butt shits. Fuckers. Assholes. Yeah, anyway. Fuck all these fucking tame, lame, dickless atheists. Grow some balls and a big fat dick and hit people with it. Damn it. Well, got a couple of minutes, might as well use them up if I can. Anyway, yeah, you know, who's against this idea of being gentle and nice and having nice conversation and all that stuff? No one's against that. But the stakes are high. And it's a little ludicrous in some respects to expect people, like if you were talking to a Nazi in 1940 or 35 or something, you know, you're not going to sit there and you'll have a little bit of patience. You'll let them talk about how wonderful Hitler smells and all that kind of shit. But after a little while, you're just going to say, you know, you're a fucking cunt. And, you know, I mean, how many N-bombs do we have to drop, or how much would he have to say to really piss you off? And if you're talking to some fucktard, and they start bringing up the gold in Fort Knox and the Fed, and 9/11, and Area 51, you know, what the fuck? You know, are there volcano aliens? Or, you know, well, how did first cell reproduce? Huh? How? Huh? You know, or whatever the thing is. Yeah, you know, it's just time to pull out the 2x4. Start beating the fucker to death. Yeah, right. Metaphorically, with words. Yeah. Yeah, just not practical. You know, if you give a shit about this crap, you're not going to have no la-di-da conversations. And if you don't give a shit, then you're a weak, lame, faggoty, pussy atheist.